What's good, Penn Nation? What's good, baby?
Man, let's get it, baby. Let's freaking get it. What's
You ready
going on,
for
baby?
it? Hold on a sec. You ready for it?
What?
Bro, I'm sorry. Now, it was one thing to see him in a Dolphins uniform. Now to see him in a Dolphins uniform
making
in
plays.
Our intro video, bro.
Yep, making plays.
And making Buda Baker, one of the best safeties in the NFL, look silly on that little juke, bro. That's all I gotta say. God.
Tua.
Damn,
Can't wait, bro. Can't wait. I tell you, I gotta be honest. Since we've been on this winning streak, and Tua's been the starter, I tell you, it's been like I'm excited and elated to watch my team play every week. But I don't know, man. I'm really feeling some type of way right now, bro. I gotta be honest. So just overjoyed, man. Overjoyed.
It's bro, because you saw everything that we saw on tape starting to translate in only game 2, and all it took was Chan Gailey taking the handcuffs off a little bit. And
yeah, bro.
We said this privately, and I'll say it publicly for us. We talked about all the similarities in terms of what we saw them asking of Tua compared to what they asked of Tom Brady and the Patriots. And we know what the dual tie-in is. It's Chris Greer and Brian Flores. They came from there. They know what's up with that. So, but the thing is, when you actually break it down, Tua is more gifted in terms of a passer, like coming out of college, than what Brady was.
I would agree. I would definitely
agree. That's the scary thing. If you ask a highly, like I saw someone having a argument today on Twitter, and they were trying to make the case that Tua isn't an intelligent quarterback. I'm like, the hell are you talking about?
Where did that come from? Come from?
I mean, here's my thing, dude. This guy's out here IDing mics, hot routes where holes are getting vacated by safeties or linebackers, and he's taking advantage of it. Sorry, man. I think Burrow. I've actually been more of a fan of Burrow than I have been of Herbert, because let's be honest, Herbert's in the best situation of the three of them in terms of the weapons he actually has around him. Everyone's healthy, other than Eckler. But I mean, they just lost Joey Bosa, so their defense is starting to take hits now. But you look at Keenan Allen. I love DVP, but Keenan Allen, when he's healthy, dude, the guy's he's in that top 7, top 8 wide receiver conversation, bro.
Perennial Pro Bowler.
I said this yesterday, I think, EM. I don't know if you'll agree with me. Me and you always tell people how underrated and underappreciated we think Tyler Lockett is. I think Keenan Allen falls under that same category too.
Oh, definitely. I mean, perennial Pro Bowler.
Yeah.
I would say the last 2-3 years he's been in a Pro Bowl, or had Pro Bowl worthy seasons, I should say. But yeah, he's definitely a top. I agree with you. He's top 7, 8.
Yeah.
He's been highly productive since he came into this league. So, very good player. So yeah, Herbert. He has a good tight end in Hunter Henry. You know what I mean? Mike Williams.
But my friend, how much has he depended on Keenan Allen? You take Keenan Allen away from Herbert, Because it's been clear. Like, I don't know if you went back and watched me and Dante's show. I talked
Mm-hmm.
about forcing him into his, third, fourth reads because,
Mm-hmm.
and the majority of his first reads have been Keenan.
Yeah, I would, and as far as how I envision the Dolphins, scheming, their schemes for tomorrow. I think that will be the objective, is to take him away, and I think that's the objective every single week, is to take away the opposing team's number one and number two options. And then now with Eric Rowe, again, what did I say? You have three players playing at extremely high level with Byron Jones and Xavier Howard, as well as Eric Rowe. You have the ability on a week-to-week basis, for the most part, to take away the three most important components of a opposing team's offense, and that severely handicaps what you can do offensively, and that's going to force him to rely on his third, fourth read, and then ultimately rely on more improvisation, which ultimately that's what you want to do anyway.
Yeah.
So I envision Herbert getting well, we'll get to that, but yeah, I agree 100%.
Honestly, bro. Honestly, dude, I'm installing a similar game plan to what we did against Jimmy G. I'm dropping my linebackers back in the zone, making them think over the middle, and then I'm dropping my guys, Byron and X on the corners into man, and I'm forcing him, because here's the thing. He's seen a lot of man so far. The one thing I've thought about is, do you throw a lot of zone at him? Because A, when we started throwing zone in the past couple of weeks, we've been fairly successful. And B, that's going to make him think more a little bit too, right? But here's the thing. If you look at him, EM, and I've been highlighting it since the Saints game, those things I talked about in my scouting, in my evaluation of him, in terms of big boy throws outside of the numbers where you got to throw with anticipation and ball placement, you just can't depend on arm strength. He still has a trouble. Even me and Dante had this conversation. It's still there. Like that's still showing up. So we got the guys where we can bait him in to throwing towards that man on the boundaries. And X, if we bait him into X is gonna. I think we're realistically seeing 2 or 3 interceptions tomorrow, bro. I don't think he's seeing this type of defensive. If we throw the zero blitz, he doesn't not going to know what to do. Then if we start dropping back into coverage and forcing him towards the boundaries, like I said, you're exposing the weakness, and that's our strength as our boundary guys, right? And I agree with you. You take away Keenan, you take away Mike Williams on the boundaries, right? You take away Hunter Henry. Now we got Nick Needham and Jamal Perry lined up against whoever you want to throw at us out of the slot. And here's the thing, with what you were just talking about, EM, with what you were just talking about the passing game and especially with a rookie, you need to have a running game to lean on, right? We can both agree on that, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Bro, Kalen Balaj, Bobby McCain saying, I took you out of your cleats and took your job away from you in the preseason at training camp. Now I'm going to take your soul from you. Like my name was Shang Tsung, bro.
I'll throw you one better, bro. If Kalen Balaj sees Bobby McCain before he gets off the bus, he's not going to get off the bus, bro. I think he is going to be too afraid to get off that bus, for real. So, but yeah, I think obviously, I think the Dolphins, I don't think much will change. I think their core, the core fundamentals of his defense is to be multiple, personnel group wise, schematic wise. I think he'll see, at times, and like I'm in agreement with you. You want to be multiple with any quarterback, especially a rookie quarterback, because you want to, show him things that he hadn't necessarily seen, consistently. And you want him, to hold on to that ball a little longer. And obviously, that enables the pass rush to get to him, and just make him uncomfortable. And so that'll pay big. If we can do that consistently, that'll pay big dividends come the fourth quarter, like we've seen, the last 3 or 4 games. But for I look at this game, I look at Herbert a lot, similar to the Arizona game. I think he's going to have to be absolutely Superman for him to beat us. And barring, you saw how well Kyler Murray played last week. 100 yards rushing, close to 300 yards passing. I mean, he carved us up. But yet, with that kind of historically good performance, they still lost. Yeah. So I think at the end of the day, Herbert will struggle. I think, he had I agree with you 100%. He hadn't seen a defense quite like this. I don't even think he's seen a pass rush quite like this. So I definitely,
bro. As soon as you said, all you want to do is have him hold on the ball longer, all visions of Ogba and Lawson danced through my head, bro.
Yeah.
And here's another thing. Raekwon's been consistently starting to penetrate the line of scrimmage and get behind there. He just hasn't been able to finish, whether it's a false step, throwing him off, or whatever. But the cases there's been multiple different cases in the run and pass game. Here's the thing. He missed Murray and he missed Darrell Henderson the week before. Herbert isn't Murray, and Herbert's a lot bigger than Murray. So, I think Raekwon gets back there. This time you'll see him wrap him up. So, I think it's going to be an actual, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's going to be an actual serious issue for Justin Herbert against our defense this weekend. It's not going to be an easy thing. And I agree with you. With you, EM, you want him to hold on to the ball. That's again, once you get when you're getting to the third and fourth progressions, all of a sudden, what does he do? Starts hopping a bit, starts tapping the ball, starts looking around, and then a guy like that, a rookie, here's the thing. If me and Dante talked about this too, EM, besides the throws outside to the numbers, was another big flag of Herbert because of the way the Oregon offense is structured. There were basically no third or fourth reads, right? He didn't really have on that. What's his natural reaction going to be with the athleticism he has? And again, he's not Kyler Murray, but it's going to be, oh crap, I got to get out of here and make something happen with my legs, right?
And I look at, even though Herbert is athletic, he's he's nowhere near on the level as Kyler Murray.
No.
Herbert is a bigger target. He's not as athletic.
Josh Allen, bro. It's Josh Allen.
Right. So you saw how last week we had the perfect scheme on Kyler Murray. I mean, we were getting consistent pressure on him, but kudos to him. I mean, we would have him dead in the water, and he would make something out of nothing with his legs. Herbert is not that kind of athlete. Even though he's a very good athlete, he's just not Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is like from another planet. He and Lamar Jackson. So Herbert is a bigger target. I don't think you will see. Even though I think at stretches during the game, he will make plays with his legs, but I don't envision it being the kind of issues that we saw with Kyler Murray last week. So I envision him to have. I don't see him, putting up the kind of numbers that we've been seeing him earlier this season. So.
And I think it's kind of the flip side for our guy, for Tua, right? Like Derwin James, we all knew was out. Kenneth Murray's all right. Their secondary's all right, playing all right. Joey Bosa's gone, so really you only got to worry about Melvin Ingram.
Yeah.
I mean, we can deal with that. He's not dynamic like a Joey Bosa. No. Tua is in a position where he could toy with 300 yards and 3 touchdowns and no interceptions against this defense, bro. That's not far-fetched this week.
I would agree. That's a big blow that they lost Joey Bosa. I mean, I don't even know who what are your options behind Ingram and Bosa? Not a lot of depth there. So in Ingram, I don't think, Ingram's 32 years old.
It's not 4 years ago,
right?
Yeah.
It's not the Melvin Ingram from 3 to 4 years ago. So, is Melvin Ingram keeping me up tonight? Absolutely not.
Nope.
So
is Chris Harris Jr. keeping me up at night? Nope.
No, not a 30 plus year old Chris Harris Jr. No.
Kenneth Murray keeping me up at night? Nope.
Not at all.
Oh, bro, I'm telling you, this could. I'm sticking by my prediction. I don't know if you saw yesterday. I called it. I think this is 34-10. It's going to be a wash. Dante made an excellent point. Somehow, some way, the Chargers, going back to the Phillip Rivers era, are always, even if they play bad, the game is always close if they lose. But I really think Herbert 2 or 3 interceptions. It's going to give us more drives against this defense. I told you, what did I tell you last week when I predicted Arizona to win? I said not only did I want to be the wrongest man in the earth, but I had to go objectively off what I saw Chan Gailey do with Tua. Now that I've seen Chan take off, and I've seen the guy me and you wanted them to draft on an NFL field now that I've seen that, I totally believe this is a team that can put up consistently 30 points if they have to, man. And, I think they're going to give us multiple opportunities with turnovers from Herbert. Kalen Balaj, I know he had a good game last year, but good luck against our defense last week, but good luck against our defense. And number 2, Joshua Kelly, as much as I wanted him, kind of struggled this year for them at times. So I think we can contain the run game fairly easily. And Herbert against our secondary, I had it for a matchup to watch yesterday. Herbert versus Needham, Howard, McCain, who's playing at a high level, Rowe, Byron Jones. I'll take our guys over Herbert and what they have, because I believe, if we can X out DeAndre Hopkins, we can X out Keenan Allen. If we can X out George Kittle, you think I'm worried about a Hunter Henry? Come on, you know what I mean?
I would agree.
And I think Darrell Henderson was a better back than what they're going to throw at us. And same with Chase Edmonds. I think Chase Edmonds is a better back than what we're going to see this week, and we contain those guys fairly decently. Darrell Henderson gave us a bit problems at times, but other than that, we forced them not to be able to lean on those guys and lean on the quarterback like Goff. And what did they get? Like Herbert. We're not going to give you that vertical. If we don't give him that vertical stuff and we don't give him the seams, what are you going to do against us, bro? You know what I mean?
I would agree. And especially one thing I'm going to be paying close attention to is how we hold up at the point of attack in the run game, because Christian Wilkins is not playing in this game. So I look for, improvement from up front from, we're going to have to rely heavily upon, Raekwon Davis as well as Zach Seiler. And I'm definitely, I'm looking forward to seeing how he plays, because he's another player that's been flying under the radar, and he's been playing extremely well. So I look for how that D-line holds up with the absence of Christian Wilkins, and hopefully they can continue to be strong and stout at the point and consistently reset the line of scrimmage, because, again, the objective always, every single week, no matter what team you're playing, is to make the opposition one-dimensional. Exactly. And if they can do that with a rookie quarterback, with our secondary, in addition to our pass rush, absolutely it's going to absolutely Justin Herbert will struggle tomorrow, and I think the Dolphins will
Don't tease me, EM. Why are you talking dirty to me, EM, right now?
I'm just telling you, man. I told you. I said that from day one about this D, bro. It's no joke.
Let's do it.
It's no joke.
I agree, man. Byron, even the run defense has improved since Byron came back, like we've been saying. So the Miami Dolphins, they announced today they've activated Kyle Van Noy off of the reserve COVID list, and they've elevated Antonio Callaway to the active roster for Sunday's game, EM. So there you go. Benito Jones elevated for the third time this season yesterday as a COVID replacement. That's how they were able to get around the whole 2 times only being able to before you got to sign them, because if you have a COVID replacement. And then we also elevated Chris Myrick, the tight end, yesterday as well.
Anxious to see him as well, bro. I really want to see how the Dolphins.
They protected him.
I really want to see why the Dolphins protected him. You know what I mean? They protected him every week.
Yeah,
so they obviously prioritizes him. They prioritized him. So I'm definitely want to see exactly why they've been doing that. So we know Benito. I'm looking to see him. Hopefully, I want to see improvement from him as well, because we both loved him coming out in the draft. In the 2020 draft. So look forward to seeing him improve as well. So hopefully he can. But I think more so with the lack of depth up front, with the absence of Christian Wilkins, is the reason why we're seeing Benito get brought up for Sunday. But yeah, I just want to see him improve, man, because we're both high on him, and if he can turn out to be a long-term solution, in the middle, that'll definitely free us up for in terms of next year's draft, where we don't have to at least invest high resources on a player at that position.
Yeah, I agree. And even with Benito, I'm still down. I'm still down for Tyler Shelvin out of LSU because if you can get that guy like that, we need depth at that position too, right? So if we have two good guys who are quality enough to both be starters, that's never a bad problem, especially if they're on rookie contracts. So I wanted to share this with you because I didn't know if you followed up and checked it out. So guys, what you're about to see is an excerpt from Barry Jackson's article a couple hours ago, and there's a key thing I want us to focus on here, EM. He says right here at the bottom, it'll be a much. This is after talking about Antonio Callaway being elevated from the practice squad. Right here, he says it'll be a much needed lift to a Dolphins offense that lost Preston Williams for multiple weeks and likely the season with a foot injury. Again, likely the season, EM. So I gotta ask you this, my friend. I know you're in with me. You started to come around on Penei Sewell if that's a top 4 pick or top 5 pick if he's there. If we're picking with that second pick and there's a guy like Jalen Waddle or Devontae Smith, or Rondell Moore in the first round, or if our pick from Houston moves back outside of where we can't get a Parsons or we can't get even like a Dylan Moses or a Penei Sewell, are you in on investing one of those 2 first-round picks on a receiver, on a legitimate weapon this year? Because, I know everyone likes the ceiling of Preston, but this is the second year in a row now he suffered a season-ending injury. And this is a guy with an easy contract for us to walk away from if we really want to.
Yeah, it's second year in a row, man, and season-ending injuries. That's not good. Very concerning about Preston. Hopefully it doesn't turn out to be season-ending, but in terms of the draft, absolutely. If a talent is there, I mean, you know me, you know my approach. I would always rather trade back a little bit and acquire more assets, and then make the investment on whatever player that you deem fit at that point in the draft. But yeah, absolutely, I would entertain the possibility of a wide receiver. A talent like that, especially Jalen Waddle or Devontae Smith, again, a lot of familiarity with Tua. Tua knows their skill sets in and out better than anybody. So, but I think in terms of wide receiver, if we're going to make that kind of investment out, they, in my opinion, to make this offense complete, I think we need a guy, and we've talked about this privately as well on the stream, a vertical element. It brings a vertical element to this. That's a legitimate wide receiver, reliable wide receiver in this offense, because I think that would somewhat complete this offense if we got a player that's a natural separator, that brings a vertical element to the scheme, because we don't have a player that fits that skill set. And again, we talked about this, earlier, privately and publicly, but I think in terms of profile, that's what we need, to a wide receiver with that kind of profile, with that kind of skill set.
Yeah.
So I don't know about, I'm a little queasy about picking a wide receiver in the top 10, but I mean, that's just me. Here's
my thing is, Jalen Waddle reminds me of a better Tyreek Hill in terms of like better hands. Like it looks like he's going to be more reliable, and he looks like he's a better route runner. I'm talking about out of college,
coming out, right.
Comparatively coming out. I'm not talking about right now.
Exactly.
That's what he reminds me of. Devontae Smith. The thing that makes him so good, and Dante made a great point, his frame historically hasn't been great. He's 6'1", 175. He's kind of wiry, but he can afford to add on 15 pounds, and he's got 4.3, mid to late 4.3 speed, which is good enough.
You think so?
Yeah, but the thing is, he's also his favorite target ever, I think. I think he's going to be late, like 4.39, I could believe. He's also his favorite target. That's the thing about it too, right? And he can go in the slot or he could go outside. But Jalen Waddle and Rondell Moore, he's just so dynamic. But I got to call someone out yesterday. The homie Larry, where are you at, bro? Like, I had Dante on. I went back and I watched, and you were saying Rashad Bateman didn't impress you yesterday? He had 8 receptions for 111 yards, and Minnesota lost 35-7 to Iowa, and the lone touchdown was to Rashad Bateman. Rashad Bateman has played 4 games, and he only has 1 game this season under 100 yards so far. And that's with a terrible quarterback. Tanner Morgan is awful. I'm telling you, don't sleep on Rashad. Rashad is wide receiver 1. The thing is, he doesn't have the breakaway speed that he's dynamic when the ball's in his hand, but I need 4.3 speed.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Rashad Bateman's going to be similar to like 4.44, like mid 4.4s, like how Devontae was. I don't think you're going to get 4.3 speed off that. But I'm all in. Jalen Waddle, bro. Rondell Moore. We need guys who. Here's the thing, EM. We need guys who can not only take you over the top vertically, but guys who can take you horizontally. And then once the ball's in their hand, now they can go vertically and be a threat. You know what I mean? Because there's gonna be people are gonna get used to it. There's gonna be a lot of short stuff. There's gonna be a lot of short to intermediate stuff in this offense. So we need guys who are going to be able to go horizontal and vertical at the blink of an eye, right? We need dynamic yaks with we don't have a natural separator on this team right now.
I would agree.
So shout out to the homie Larry, though. I just had to say, Rashad Bateman is that dude. Don't be out. This is a non Bateman bashing channel because that man is that dude right now. He is special, that kid.
But yeah, I definitely agree. Devontae Smith, I can't wait to the combine to see how well these guys, test. But on tape, I don't know if I necessarily see 4.3 out of Devontae Smith. I see 4.4, but he gives you the route running ability in addition to that 4.4 speed. You know what I mean? So I don't necessarily know. I don't think he just necessarily beats guys with just his pure speed. I think he's a better route runner than a lot of people give him credit for. So, but we'll see how he tests. But I would entertain, either wide receiver because both of them are dynamic, and I think I envision him being highly productive at this level, at the next level. So, but I just don't know about top 10. I told you my approach is always to entertain a trade down if the price is right. So, and then select them, whatever wide receiver at that point. But I'm in agreement, man. We need.
I agree with you though. I see 4.39 to like 4.45. I see in that range. What I see.
But see, he gives you that. But see, he's just not. He's not
great route runner though.
Exactly. He's not. And even though we both were in agreement that Henry Ruggs is a better route runner than people give him credit for, Devontae Smith. He's not on a level of Jerry Jeudy, but he falls somewhere in between in terms of route running ability.
I agree.
Between Henry Ruggs and Jerry Jeudy. But he gives you the 4.4 speed in addition. So, but again, like I said, bro, we need that element. We need a person, a player that's more of a natural separator and that can take the top off. That's going to dictate coverage. Like I always say, speed is what dictates coverage in the National Football League. So we need that profile in this wide receiver room. So yeah, man, I think the Dolphins will go that route at some point in the first round. I just don't know, which pick. So
yeah, because you know what? Here's the crazy thing: you add a Jalen Waddle, you add a Rondell Moore, because Rondell Moore is going to be low 4.3. You add those guys, and we thought before the season started, Albert Wilson was probably dead man walking in terms of them bringing him back. But now he's on that restructured deal. They're probably going to want to bring that speed back in that room. So you add that speed coming back to the room.
Definitely.
With a Rondell Moore, a Jalen Waddle in terms of another 4.3. Jalen Waddle is going to run like high 4.2. Okay, like he's going to run a 4.27, a 4.28. He's going to be in that range.
When you look at the film, you see 4.2 with Jalen Waddle all day. So
yeah, but let me ask you something. Does 5'10", 185 pounds worry you for that high of a pick?
In the top 10, it makes him it's making me a little queasy.
Just a little quick.
Now
Easy.
if we're picking around between 20 to 24, is that fine with you?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. That's where if you look at if you believe the rumors, remember last year that was a sweet spot. There was a high level of intrigue with Brandon Ayuk last year, right around that range.
Yep.
So
look where Jalen Reagor went at what 20, and then Justin Jefferson went at like 22 or 21 and 22, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, because Lamb and Judy went off the board, but even they went late, right? We weren't expecting them. They didn't. Judy didn't go to what 15, and then Lamb went at 18, right?
Yeah. But I look at the Dolphins in terms of even though we are in agreement, we need a player with that skill set. You know, the Dolphins have enough to be productive. I mean, with what they have, I mean, they're putting out with a subpar running game. I mean, they're still a top 10 overall offense, bro. You know what I mean? So I don't think a top 10, I don't think it's a top 10 priority if not for a guy, and I love both of them, but you invest the physical freaks, your Julio Joneses, your Devontae Parkers, your Megatrons in the top 10 at that position. DeAndre Hopkins at that. And even Hopkins wasn't even a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you make that kind of investment in those physical freaks. And even though these guys, they have the requisite speed, route running technique, et cetera, they have some limitations, as far as height and weight. So that's a little concerning in terms of making an investment in the top 10. Yeah. But I would entertain, that, like I said, I would say about 15 to the back of the first round. That's the sweet spot, I would say. So ideally, a trade back, if I'm the Dolphins, because again, I want to acquire more capital. That's just a smart play. But
let's see, I like, because if we got a top 10 pick, honestly, if it's top 5, who I want. If it's Penei Sewell, if it's between 5 and 10, I'm down for Parsons or Dylan Moses. And then if we I don't like all the guys I've named, guys. I just want to clarify for people that are new here: Rashad Bateman, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, and Rondell Moore. I have them all rated higher than Jamar Chase. I even think Terrace Marshall has played really well this year, and I think he's worked himself into the end of the first round, top of the second round discussion from LSU. I think Jamar Chase is going to fall because he opted out, and a lot of people are going to have questions. That team has been terrible this year, and everyone would have wanted to see how Jamar Chase performed with that terrible LSU team, I think. So I think he just knew, oh my, Joe Brady's gone. Oh my, Joe Burrow's gone. I'm just going to hurt my draft stock. And I think he's going to hurt it anyways. So, I wouldn't be opposed to Jamar Chase if he's sitting there in the 20s, guys, but I'm not investing a top 10 pick on Jamar Chase. I'm not in on that hype. And I think all the four guys, Devontae Smith, the thing is, what always holds me to Devontae Smith, we can make the argument he's our franchise quarterback's favorite target ever. That's a big plus, bro.
I would agree. I would agree.
That's the Arizona Cardinals had a chance at CeeDee Lamb. Imagine if they had CeeDee Lamb in that core right now instead of Isaiah Simmons on defense, because they could do without, really.
But even though CeeDee Lamb has been productive, he's still the same type of athlete as what we have. You know what I mean?
No, I'm just talking about in terms of Kyler would have got his guy from college.
Right. I hear you. Yeah. I hear you.
Because here's the other thing: are we going to even re-up Devontae? Because as good as he's been, he's always battling injury now.
When is he? We have him under contract for next year, though, right?
Yeah, that's it. But if you got a chance to draft a guy that could be his replacement this year, 4 years and a 5th-year option.
Well.
I'm not saying do it. I'm not saying do it.
Right.
But I'm just saying that could also, because the guy, my wide receiver one's Rashad Bateman, but I always say he's more DP because he's got that 4.4 speed, right? But that's another option too. I'm just sitting here saying I want speed because I think in this offense it's going to be predicated on rhythm getting the ball out fast, short, intermediate, and then challenging over the top when we got Ioannis up. Also, being consistent with the run to keep defenses honest to the run aspect of our offense. And I really think, it's going to be about when you talk about getting the ball out quick, you want your receivers to get into and out of their breaks quick as well. So that's why speed is so, in this offense moving forward, I think speed is going to be, don't talk to me unless you're, low 4.4. Or even then, I need guys who are in their 4.3s, basically. Like I said a couple nights ago, don't talk to me if you're anything above 4.39.
Yeah, that's interesting. But I do agree, speed is what's needed. But again, you always have I look at it in terms of the investment in the 2021 draft, potentially. I mean, you mentioned this earlier. You always have that. The fallback, you always have that. We always, as a team, have that Albert Wilson fallback plan. You know what I mean? So if we're entertaining bringing back Albert Wilson at some point, is the top,
Yeah, but we only got 1 year too, right? With him.
Right. But I mean, I'm talking about in terms of the top 10. Is it worth that? Is a top 10?
But you got to also think too. You know why you got to be so smart with that pick, because with what we're building here. When's the next time we're going to get another top 10 pick?
This is true, which is why which is why you always, well, if you get him, you definitely project. If you're projecting him to be the player that we all envision him to be, I mean, we definitely will be in the top 10. But this is why you always entertain a trade down and acquire more assets.
Yeah, ideally, I want a guy to fall in our laps with our second first. I'm not trying to. I'm telling you, my wish list in the top 10 is Panay, Micah, and then probably Dylan Moses in that order. So other than that, I have a hard time. You can't sell me on spending that capital on a running back like Etienne.
No,
I don't.
As much as I love him.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think there's a Julio or like an OBJ.
DK Metcalf.
Yeah. Well, even look where he went, right?
And the thing, I'm sorry to bring this up, but oh my God, if we didn't make that pick and make that second round investment on freaking Josh Rosen, we could have had freaking DK Metcalf.
Bro, I brought that up on the stream a couple weeks ago, bro. It's unbelievable. And you look at his numbers right now, DK Metcalf has better numbers in his first 2 years than what Megatron had.
I'm sick, bro. I'm telling you. I'll never get over that. Never.
Dude, we'd be laughing at Preston going. We'd be like, who? You know what I mean? It'd be like.
And again, you 3 monsters like him, Devontae Parker, and Preston Williams?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? And then you got the homie, Matt Hollins, as your fourth guy. Man, 4 physical freak of natures. 4 of them. Man. God, that damn Josh Rosen, I'll tell you, bro.
Like the worst pick ever.
Where's the damn time machine when you need one?
Bro, I could have told people, like, oh, man. We can use front office jobs, bro. We need to drop what we're doing and just get front office.
Oh, that goddamn Josh Rosen. I'm sorry.
They draft the guys we want anyways. Well, yeah, Josh, that's the idea. You move Hunt inside to right guard, you kick Solomon to left guard, and then I think Kinley you can get out of his contract like next year, I think it is. And let's be honest with ourselves, Kinley ain't worth $10.5 million. You're lying to yourself if you think so.
Yeah.
Sorry, did I say Kinley? I meant Flowers.
Yeah,
Flowers ain't worth $10.5 million. Okay, that guy, bro, dude, that guy more gaps than a mall in a white suburb, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Baby gap, kids gap, adult gap, gap, bro.
You know what? All you do is look. I would entertain bringing him back, but just pull out, shake him down like it. Yeah, shake him down like we did Albert Wilson. That's what you do.
That guy is ridiculous, man. I told all y'all that guy's $6 million, $7 million at best, $10.5 million.
I'll say this though, he's been all right. He's been all
right.
I'll say that.
But he's been the last couple of games. It's been, whoo boy, leaky. Okay. Thank you for Tua's first ever drop back being a strip sack, Eric Flowers. Like, this guy.
that was on Eric Flowers. You're right.
Oh my God.
That's what it is. But I'll tell you though, what's encouraging, even with our offensive line, there's it's not a finished product. There's work to be done. There's additions to be made. But with that being said, we're still, they're giving us enough to be 5-3 at this point, and to we're winning, bro. That's got to be encouraging. I mean, overly encouraging reason. You know what I mean? I mean, they're nowhere near where they need to be.
Yeah,
we're still winning.
And a rookie quarterback is.
And a rookie quarterback. Yep.
Look at that.
So we get, and again, we all, I'm warming up to the idea of, bringing Penei Sewell to South Florida. But man, you get a talent like that, or not just him. Let's be real. Penei Sewell is not the only good player at that position coming out in this draft. He's not. There's plenty of good players. You just have to identify them and develop them. Yeah, they might not be in his level in terms of.
The problem is you got to kick them.
Oh yeah, and they might not be on his level in terms of his athleticism, but there's good players. You just have to identify them and develop them. Period. So, but with that being said, we bring in, continue to rebuild this offensive line, and man, bro, we could be a scary team. Scary. In addition to the defense as well, look what they're and you continue to, and we get that dominant, that true Mike in the middle, centerpiece in the middle of this defense. Oh, bro, scary. We'd be a scary team. We'll be feared when all the other teams pull their schedules up. They're like, damn, we got to play Kansas City third week. God damn it, we got the Patriots. So, well, not this version of the Patriots, but in the past, But then we got the Dolphins on week 5. Oh, cause them to, cause the opposition to just pause for a minute. You know what I mean? And we would be feared, literally. So we'll see how the offseason unfolds. We're getting
Sharif, what's going on, buddy?
Man, how y'all doing, man?
What's going on, Sharif?
Doing great, man. Doing great, and you guys been working so hard. You've been on Dolphins Brawl with I cannot pronounce his name good right now.
Richmond Will.
The gentleman who you had the interview with the last
Dante
Collinelli.
Yes, thank you. I followed him. He's very good.
Yeah, Dante's the truth.
Yeah, he's just like you, Reason, and I truly believe your talent will get you places. And I know you've seen my private messages. You're working very hard, man. And the OG, it's Veterans Day.
Triple OG, baby.
OG triple.
It's all of the members who went out there and risked their lives in law enforcement for us. Enough respect to y'all. And let's get into this. Dolphins. So I've been looking at the LSU nose tackle. I've been looking at the one or two receiver weapons that will be probably from number 15 pick to 31. And so, but I've also want y'all to tell me what you think about us being ahead of schedule, but still needing our pieces in speed for Tua and the nose tackle from LSU. That's what do you think about us being ahead of schedule?
I mean,
I don't understand the question. Like, what do you mean about?
What do you
mean?
All
over the place. First of all, what are you asking about Tyler Shelvin? Tyler Shelvin, if you want to know my thoughts, I talked about him on the top 25 prospect board. He was on that prospect board for everyone to watch.
Mm-hmm.
So I've given my thoughts about Tyler Shelvin on that if you want to hear a little bit of a mini scouting report on Tyler Shelvin. I've already said this, Tyler Shelvin's the number one nose tackle option in this draft. Probably gonna have to use that second round pick. Maybe you might be able to get him to sneak into the third, and you can use a third on him. So yeah, this is the Tyler Shelvin channel. It has been for a little bit now. So everyone knows how I feel about Tyler Shelvin. I mean, look at EM. He knows I've been telling EM to watch film on the kid for like weeks now, right? When EM saw the size of Tyler Shelvin, he couldn't believe his freaking eyes.
Yeah, I had a moment. I definitely had a moment. For sure.
Yeah, he's a big boy. Pause. But yeah, but what do you mean ahead of schedule in terms of what?
Because I look at us needing Tyler Shelvin and needing one of those upper echelon draft receivers that you talked about 2 streams ago, and I like that idea. I even like that idea before Preston's injury, but this is why I'm saying we have to be ahead of schedule, right? In terms of the talent we're producing and what we're doing, right?
Well,
I mean, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, in certain aspects we are, in certain aspects we aren't. Like Noah Igbenogany is not ahead of schedule right now.
Well,
defense is ahead of the schedule right now as a unit in terms of how they're starting to come together. Raekwon Davis is starting to get ahead of the schedule right now. But we still have needs. Like our offensive line needs to be shored up 110%. Our receiving core needs to be shored up 110%. Our running back room needs to be shored up 100%. We don't have a lead guy. We don't have an alpha in our running back room. And the alpha in our receiver room, he's always injured. And then there's no one, you look beyond him and everyone else has injury questions, but there's really no dominant number 2 behind them. But defensively, I think the defense is where you can make the case for ahead of schedule. Tua's ahead of schedule in terms of I don't think anyone saw him coming in this fast when we were in the middle of a winning streak and continuing it on. So you could say that's ahead of schedule. No, I'll give you that. But I think the defense is clearly ahead of the offense right now.
Yes. And that being said, go ahead, Ian.
No, I was going to say, I think, in terms of overall team success, yeah, we're definitely ahead of schedule. But I agree with Reason. No, I agree with him 100%. There's work to be done there. We're not a complete team yet. And, there are holes, but I would say there's no glaring holes like we saw last year. I think, offensive line is obviously a work in progress. The defensive line is a work in progress, but we're seeing incremental improvement. So they're giving you enough to get to this 5-3 point, to this 5-3 record this point in the season. So, I would say we are ahead of schedule overall, but, there's no complete teams in the NFL that doesn't exist in this league. But, there's definitely players and additions to be made to this team to improve it. So, but I agree with Reason 100%.
I'm just saying this too. I know Bobby McCain's playing really good right now, but damn, after I saw Antoine Winfield Jr. be named mid-season defensive rookie of the year by the NFL,
wow,
I was like, oh my God, if we had
Here's
the thing, another reason why we need Winfield is we have no depth at that position either, bro.
Antoine Winfield, you know how critical I have, if I can be critical of Brian Flores, was the Mika Fitzpatrick situation. If we would have gotten Antoine Winfield, that would make me totally forget about Mika Fitzpatrick, bro, to be honest with you. That kid, he's special. We called it. We said that from day one last year when we was on the other platform, when a lot of folks didn't even know who he was.
Do you remember?
When they mentioned his name, didn't even know who he was and laughed and said he's too small. He's not a fit.
Network, when me and EM mentioned Winfield on the first mock draft we did over on the other platform, Antoine Winfield was ranked in like the 200s or the 300s.
Yeah, he was. He
wasn't that high.
He was. And a lot of people did not on that platform, didn't even know who he was, mocked him, said he was too small. They didn't think he was fast enough. I was like, bro, what tape are y'all watching?
Right.
And lo and behold, we hit that one on the head. I would love to have him in South Florida. Oh man. But I think, it's a little premature, but I think the reason why the Dolphins didn't try to get cute and try to, trade up to get him.
You would have had to take him instead of Noah.
Yeah.
So
I think the reason why they didn't try to get cute is because they didn't want to jeopardize the potential draft of Raekwon Davis, who I think is going to have an even bigger impact over long term, I think.
And did you see Adam Gase and the Jets finally gave Ashton Davis a chance, eh?
Mm-hmm.
And he actually bro, he had 2 run stops, 5 tackles. I think he had 2 hurries. He had a couple pressures. He was actually really good last weekend. And they didn't even play him at the free safety spot. They played him at the strong safety spot too, bro.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree with you, man. Noah is what it is. It's just it's a couple of years, man. You got a kid.
The jury's still out. The jury's out.
Well, the kid's only played the position for 2.5 years. Okay, so they took a kid on raw athleticism and potential, which you can clearly see, but he shouldn't be covering number 1 guys this year like they did.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of hung him out to dry a little bit, but that's a topic for another day. Yo, Damien, what's good, homie?
What's up, y'all? What's up? Fans up. Fans up.
What's good, homie?
What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up, EM? What's up,
Chilling.
Sheree?
Fins up, man.
My Aqua Tua throwback finally shipped this week.
Oh yeah.
Reason, hang on 1 second. I'll be right back, bro.
Long time coming.
I know,
man.
Huh?
Hey, I don't mean to get off topic, Reason, but you might appreciate this.
Go ahead,
Penix Jr. versus Fields next week. That's must-see TV.
bro. You know how I feel about Penix Jr., bro.
Yeah, he lit him up today. He had 2 picks, but he still lit him up, man. Dude's the truth. Yeah, dude's the truth. He's only gonna get better,
bro. And the Bashad Bateman slander in my chat yesterday, bro.
I don't know why. He has a bad quarterback. He still put up over $1 receiving yesterday with a bad quarterback and bad defense.
And their only TD, dog.
Yeah, he's just on a bad team. That's why I think he's gonna pop off in the pros because he's playing with no talent around him.
Special, bro. That guy, man. Yo, so let me ask you, how hyped are y'all for Herbert Tua tomorrow, guys?
I'm real hyped. I'm hyped with the defense that we have. I just think we're gonna cause him a lot of trouble. We're gonna cause him a lot of trouble.
Crush Herbert.
Yeah, I think we're gonna pressure him. We're gonna pressure him into a lot of turnovers. I can see 2 picks from Herbert tomorrow.
Damien.
It's not just because I'm a fan. I'm just watching Herbert play in college and seeing the defenses he's went up against when New Orleans switched everything over in the second half and made their adjustments and dropped back in zone, how you said yesterday, and was putting pressure on him. He didn't look like the same quarterback, Reason.
Yeah, you gotta do what we did to Jimmy G, where we dropped our linebackers in the zone and we had our boundary guys
Yeah.
So it throws to the outside, and that's where we can beat him, man, because he doesn't have the ball placement and anticipation to beat us outside the numbers on those big boy throws. And for all the arm strength he has, that's where a guy like Tua excels.
Exactly.
Watch this guy. I know you guys could appreciate this. Think of this game, the zero blitz now. I've watched the replays in the past 3 games. Do you realize on certain zero blitzes, we never engage in from the center to the 2 guards beside them? In fact, our rush comes from either Ogba or a free running Lawson. So what isn't happening is an event is the quarterback can't make the line read, and when you press play and the ball is snapped, you have a free Ogba or a free Lawson coming, and nobody is picking up anybody in the middle. So that you're providing a rush with two people. So, and guess who's doing this at a high successful rate? The Miami Dolphins. Isn't that a beautiful thing?
Yes, it is.
Like the quarterback can't make a good enough read to tell his center scoop around and be able to catch Lawson, or tell his left guard scoop around and be able to catch Ogba coming on the edge. They can't figure that out. So what you end up happening is Wilkins shading out to catch the middle linebacker spy position, and two other linemen stunting around with a free Lawson and a free Ogba rushing at the quarterback. I mean, it's a lot in there, but if you know football, that is freaking amazing when you break it down, man. So you're basically creating pressure because of guessing wrong, and then only two rushers are getting at the quarterback successfully.
Good analysis.
Reason I can't hear you.
I think he's yeah.
Who are you watching right now, Damien?
Okay, we might have lost Damien there.
This is Damien. Because I know the man is watching. I know that man is watching his college football right now, and I got Arkansas and Florida Gators going on right now. So, what are you expecting for Tua tomorrow, Sharif?
Boy, I'm disappointed. I predicted a loss last week against Arizona, but when I looked at the offense before the game, you know, I mean, it looked unstoppable. But I will never go against you again. I will die on Tua. I'll say it now. I'm not gonna be a homer when I'm giving picks, because we're not trying to, entertain. We're trying to tell the truth and have opinions with facts. But I think we're gonna win tomorrow easily. Just explain because of our defense, and because it's already research. Not San Diego, Los Angeles Chargers have one of the worst offensive lines, and on the defensive side, they have one of the worst defensive backfields. So I think Tua is gonna go for 30 passes, and he's gonna be comfortable. And I think the running game is gonna be able to keep Herbert off the field for the first time. Probably get an 80-yard rusher in there.
Mhm.
The final score, I'll probably give that tomorrow before the game, like we always do,
Mhm.
or give it now.
It's up to you. I don't care. I did mine
I'll
yesterday.
give it at the end.
Yo, Damien, I wanted to ask you what game you watching right now, bro. I got that Gators Arkansas going on.
Oh yeah, that's a blowout. I'm watching Oregon Wazoo. It just went into the half. Scores 19-14 Wazoo.
Nice.
Yeah. Some good games on today.
Gotta love Saturdays, huh?
Yeah, man. I love it. I can't wait the next Saturday, man, to see Indiana Ohio State. That's gonna be a big game.
That boy Justin Fields, bro.
Yeah, but Indiana has some talent on the D line, man.
Yeah.
They have some talent, man. This gonna be an interesting game. It's gonna be an interesting game to watch.
So let me ask you this, Damien. What's your expectations for Tua? Because Sharif gave me everything except the answer to the question. What's your expectations for Tua tomorrow?
Sorry, my brother.
I think they're gonna let him go a little bit more. They're gonna put a little bit more responsibility on him, especially like with not a Derwin James back there in the secondary he's going up against. Their secondary is kind of soft. And without Bosa too in the mix, I expect for them to let Tua go. I mean, we all know that Flores looks at this game. Okay, it's been a lot of hype about Justin Herbert. Did we make the wrong pick? And I'm not saying that's going to have a big part to do in this game, but they know that. I mean, come on, they know that, and I expect for Tua's going to have some opportunities against this secondary. I mean, this secondary has given up big plays, so I expect Tua to exploit that. I'm just a little worried about the running game because we haven't proven that we have any, and still I don't want a rookie quarterback of mine to throw the ball 40 times because that can, even though Tua's super accurate, he is a rookie. We don't need no costly turnovers. So I would like for him to, maybe 30 passes, 30 passes. He can easily throw for 280, couple of touchdowns, and we can have a successful game. I just want the running game to be consistent to back him up because I believe he's gonna take some shots downfield.
Mm,
Hmm.
I love it, baby.
Who you
Yeah.
said shots downfield? Who is he going to be throwing to? You think?
Jakeem Grant, and you know what?
Mr. Grant,
And also in the red zone, your man, return of the Mac. I think in the
the
red,
homie.
yeah, man. I think in the red zone, he's a big target. I think we can see him, and hopefully we can get Gasecki involved too, man.
But I think they're
I'll
Where's
taking.
throw
the
you one.
DVP love? Where's the DVP love?
Oh, that's my guy.
I'll,
That's my guy. But I want to see everybody else get involved, man, because Tua likes to spread the ball around. I
I
want to
think
see Alabama
guys.
Tua.
I'll throw you one better. I think Matt Collins' role will be drastically increased this week in terms of snap count as well as production. I'm calling it right now.
All
I
right,
agree.
EM calling the shot. What's up
I
with
agree.
Merritt?
But guys, don't you think like they're taking away Gasecki like from week 3 on? Like I believe
Yeah,
they're taking away Gasecki.
Yeah.
I want more. I
yeah,
want more. I want more snaps for Gasecki, but they're taking him away.
yeah. Well, and I cautioned people early on when those PFF run blocking grades came out about him, and everybody was saying, "Oh, well, he's improved draft." No, Gesicki is still the same player from a run blocking standpoint, which is why his snaps have been taken away from him. Okay, and when we do, when he's out on the field, because of the injury to Javonte Parker, as well as the inconsistency with Preston Williams, teams are scheming him out of the game plan. He's getting bracketed. He's getting bracket coverage. So you see that consistently. But now that Parker is more healthy, okay, and he'll start. We saw it last week against Patrick Peterson. He was making plays whenever Tua opted to go to him. So teams see that on tape. Okay, this kid, okay, Devontae Parker's getting healthy. Well, which means, they have to, devote more resources to stopping him, to taking him away, and that'll open things up for everyone else, not just Mike Gesicki, in
Yes,
my opinion.
yes. And I predicted 7 different targets with Tua would hit, and I think all of the fans would stop crying. But
And
yeah.
but Callaway, that's going to be interesting to see what his role is going to be Sunday, and how big of a role he has. I know what his role is going to be. He's a very talented guy. He can take the top off the defense. But what'll be interesting to see is how big a role he has and how to utilize him Sunday. So yeah, I'm very, very, very excited to see how he looks out there on the field.
But how does it feel to predict? Because I wanted to say too, to jump back 2 conversations. You guys predicted Winfield. You predicted Ashton Davis. So it didn't. Okay, we didn't pick them, but you predicted great players, and I like that because we may be able to get him in the second contract. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that absolutely. I tell you, I gotta give the homie Reason 13 a lot of credit, bro. I tell you, man, a lot of players, a lot of work, is done.
There's a lot of work to do,
It's
man.
A lot of work. People think you just get up here and, it's one thing to get up here. It's one thing to get up here and say what you have to say, and then none of it ever comes true. None of it ever comes to fruition. But when you're, not to, toot inside the NFL's own horn, but toot, goddammit. Extremely accurate, extremely, it's a lot of work, a lot of research goes into these players, and research not just players but our team. You know what I mean? How we utilize players, and I told people that even when we was on TD's platform. I'm sorry, the other platform. That was when Reason and I talked about this is before Finside NFL was established. That was one of our goals, is to educate. Number one, be educated and to educate. Because it just gives you, when you learn more about the details of the game, it just makes watching football even all the more entertaining. So, but yeah, it's a lot. It's tons of work that goes in. Not just the Reason, but you look at Dante is the truth. He does this for a living. Your Travis Wingfields, your Kyle Krabs of the world, your even I would Larry, his platform, the homie Havoc, even those gentlemen. It's not easy to be up here. You know what I mean? To just get up here and articulate yourself about football in general, but mostly our team. So, respect to everybody that's doing it. Respect the grind.
And we
Respect
can
the
take
grind,
out
definitely.
negative energy and not even tune into it, and because we have a better job to do, which is to educate the fans. It's the negative energy, man. You need that energy to do what you're doing, which is great things.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
No.
Reason, you good?
Yeah, I'm talking a ball game.
Oh.
What up?
About this whole PSN tag issue going on right now, bro.
Oh. Oh, okay.
So
anyway, anybody out there that was lucky to
PS5, baby.
That PS5 is the truth. It is the absolute truth.
Bro, that Call of Duty, I can't get enough of that, bro.
Oh man.
Logging on and going 16-2 for your first game of the day. Great feeling, baby. Great feeling. Love that game, bro. That game is
the absolute
fire.
truth, bro.
That's a beautiful machine. I mean, just
yeah.
The looks of it. You posted that reason. I was like, okay, all right. Somebody dropping some dollars down on something there. That was nice.
Man, some dimes.
Hold on a sec. Right here. It's always by my side, baby.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tip the cap to that one.
There it is, baby. How Drew Boo,
Yes, sir.
Joe, how are you guys doing tonight?
Doing pretty good, bro.
Not too bad, man. For me, I think we're underestimating this team. Like, I wanted to keep it on the chill out. You're a fanboy. Relax. You're a homer.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, but they don't have the horses like the Cardinals do. Am I missing something? I mean, that their defense is like,
it's okay.
There's no Bosa. There's only Ingram. Their offensive line is, I don't know. I keep looking at it. I'm seeing like big things for it. Tua's eyes should be big like a goldfish or something. I'm thinking.
I totally agree.
I agree.
And the thing is with Rondell Moore, with the defensive tackle from LSU next year, or potential of the speed, in the third round, boy, that's why I'm saying if we're ahead of schedule due to good coaching and guys executing, imagine next year when we add that nose tackle. Whew.
Crazy thing is, we don't even have a real elite pass rusher. Like Agba is good, but he's not somebody who's like, a Boza or, a Cam Jordan, Like,
he's
I feel
coming
like
now.
he has
coming.
that potential. He has that potential.
He's
But
coming.
if we get somebody other than him, watch out.
Don't you dare come on my channel and say Gregory Russo right now.
He's raw. He's too raw. I'm a Canes fan, and I think Flores he broke the mold of what Belichick has done. He's his own person. I back in the days I would think, Flores won't do that because they never did that. They never had a pass rush. Now I think Flores is his own man. He may do things and say, yeah, I want a speed rusher. That's the best of this class. Get him. And that wouldn't surprise me. I mean, I don't know.
Well, I think they still, I think this defense still is even we're seeing, Agba's numbers, he's putting up statistically, he's in the top 10 in probably every pass rush category. This defense still is a defense that doesn't individualize players in terms of generating pass rates. It's still a scheme. They still rely on scheme to generate a good portion of the pass rush statistically. So I don't envision them seeing, making I can't say that because it might be a player that just might blow them away. They might have that skill set in addition to elite athleticism. And they might want to make a higher investment in terms of the draft, but I still don't see them going off script and just making that kind of investment in an edge player.
Yeah, because if you look at why the reason why they went the route of Ogba, because you look at the other route, Lawson is more of a power. You're not gonna he's got power and bend. He's not power, speed, and bend. Whereas Ogba's a blend of them, and that's why like power's Ogba's a guy who can legitimately convert power to speed or speed to power at the blink of an eye. Whereas Lawson's gonna depend more on his bend around the edge and like Dante says, getting low under the table, or he's going to depend on beating in the power game. Like Ogba's that rare blend, and you look at this, those guys. I'm not saying Ogba is that, but especially when you talk about like draft, those guys who are really good or have elite athleticism and elite power and can do that, they're top 10 picks. Like they're the Bosas, the Garretts, et cetera, et cetera. But we were just talking about Gregory Rousseau. Like I'm a huge fan of Carlos Basham as well. I like the edge class this year, but there is nowhere near a transcendent guy like that, at least from what I'm seeing right now. Like I like Carlos Basham better than I like a guy like Gregory Rousseau, just because I think he gives you more. My edge one right now is Patrick Jones out of Pitt. I think he gives you a more well-rounded game than what a Russo's going to be. But that's the thing. I think Ogba is just like, he was familiar with what they were going to ask of him. All right. And on top of that, he just happened to be that rare breed who can bring athleticism, speed, and power to the table. So it was just, that's why my preseason prediction, I called double-digit sacks for him. And I said exactly what EM said. I call double-digit sacks because of his athletic profile and what he brings to the table in a defense that doesn't predicate pressure off an individual. They predicate pressure as a unit.
Mm-hmm.
So
do you feel like receiver or defensive lineman is more of a need to take first?
I think the problem is there's no nose tackle in the first round, because even Marvin Wilson's a defensive tackle, but he's coming from a 4-3, right? He doesn't play a 3-4. There's the best nose tackle, the best 3-4 tech is Tyler Shelvin. The problem is late second, early third. There is no first round guy like that, I think.
You don't from a traditional zero technique, you don't make a first round investment on those players anyway, because they're two down guys generally.
Yeah.
The two down players, you don't make a first round investment on a two down player.
Yeah, that's true.
What's good, everybody?
What's good, Pyro?
Good,
Pyro, what's good, homie?
What's good,
Pyro?
man? It's good to be back. And it's Christmas Eve.
Can we all just get along?
Feels very good, man. Finna unwrap. Gonna take a little peek of my little gifts. Getting ready for tomorrow. But man, it's gonna be. I'm very excited, man. I'm glad to have this. Sunday, just one more, couple more hours, guys. Just a couple more hours. We can wait. You know what I mean? It's gonna be. Man, I just can't wait, man.
Come on, Baker Mayfield too. Let him do something tomorrow.
Yeah, man. Baker got to step it up.
Come on now.
When was the last time?
Baker, are they playing? Are they playing the Texans tomorrow?
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah. Okay.
When was the last time Miami had 3-4 o'clock games in a row?
I hate it. I don't like the 4 o'clock start.
I don't either, man.
I
It
don't
feels
either.
like
I don't
forever.
either.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Just
I
like
like
when
to do the rest of my day.
If we're gonna have to wait for them, they might as well. I'd rather they might as well put us in prime time, the late.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know what I mean?
You know what they're gonna do?
That Vegas game, baby. That Vegas game's about to be prime time.
I believe they're gonna flex that or the Cincinnati game.
Well, I know if you look at the schedule, the Vegas game has no time right now.
Oh, it doesn't?
That's the open flex game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Raiders game,
Yeah, the Cincy game has a time. But if they're smart, you're right, they'd flex it. Thing is, Burrow about to get lit up with that offensive line, bro. I'm telling you, bro. You know how good I'm going to look? Where all these people are like, oh, first of all, I got to address this for a second.
Steelers.
Because I still got people coming in my comments. You need to apologize to Justin Herbert. Guys, He's my QB4. I had a first-round grade on him. I said out of the 4 top, he had the most red flags and the highest bust potential. I never said Justin Herbert was going to be a bust. So let's get that out of the way first. So what do I got to apologize to this kid for? The kid's ahead of schedule. Like, you know how many people in the scouting community, you know, Dante basically laid it out for all of y'all yesterday. So many people in the scouting community are actually blown away with how good he looks this quick, because there were so many red flags. So, I mean, no one said he was a bust. Everyone said the red flags gave him the highest bust potential of the first 4 quarterbacks taken. That's all people said. No one said, yo, this kid's going to be a bust. No, no one said this kid's going to be the next Josh Rosen. No one said anything like that, guys. So let's calm down. No one said that. And let's start seeing him performing against some big boy defenses, because I've already said the most impressive thing to me about Joe Burrow is how he bounced back after being shellacked by that Baltimore Ravens defense. That is an NFL quarterback. So let's see how Herbert deals with our secondary and how he bounces back after what our secondary is about to do to him tomorrow. And also, he's going to have nightmares.
I think you said your prediction is 2 to 3 interceptions. I think Eric Rowe is going to get him for 1 tomorrow.
Ghosts.
I'll say 2. I'll say 2 interceptions. I think Eric Rowe is going to get him, and I think a linebacker will get him tomorrow.
You know what?
Because they'll force him. They're going to force him his reads, I think, to the intermediate part of the field, and I think one of our linebackers will get him dropping back in coverage, and disguise. I think you'll see something similar to what happened to Jared Goff. So that's my prediction.
You know what? I noticed something about what Coach Flo did. I was watching Big O show, and he mentioned this. You guys can disagree, but he said that when they was asking when Kyle Van Noy or Christian Wilkins will be back, Flo kind of brushed it off and say, "Well, we'll see, like that." And so just today, they just announced that he's been activated, Van Noy. So all this time, Chargers was preparing for them not to be in the game, not to be a factor. And I figured, I was like, I don't know, like I said, I could be reaching right there, but that's an interesting little tidbit that Big O had said. I was trying to see if you guys what you guys thought on that.
Bro, I'm trying to figure out who Ricketek's popping off in the comments against right now. God damn. Ricketek is going off, homie.
Can't we all get along like?
Oh no, I guess someone's diamond said you should prefer time with your spouse before a PS5. Grow up, and Ricketek's popping off on diamond. So there you go.
I mean, did Rick ask her opinion on anything?
Now EM's about to pop off because he got that PS5 fired up right now.
No, I'm just being real. I mean, did he ask her opinion? I don't think nobody asked her opinion. I mean, all due respect to whoever she is, but I thought that
we all trying to get PlayStation 5 and Xbox, so we're a little our feathers are a little ruffled.
I think that's a little inappropriate,
bro.
Inappropriate
you know what my spouse said? I traded in all my stuff. I got $480 for my stuff. You know what my spouse said? Do you want me to flip the bill on the rest of the PS5 for you?
I know, right?
So that's what my spouse said. So get you a spouse that says that. And then you know what my spouse said? Do you want me to buy you a game? So you have something to play right away?
That's a beautiful thing.
You got lucky, man. You got lucky.
So, I mean, I don't know. That's it.
You know what's inappropriate? When Balaj gets decleated tomorrow. That's going to be inappropriate for his ass.
Hang on one second.
I want McCain to go Shang Tsung and say, "Your soul is mine."
Hang on real quick. Hey, Rick.
Diamond's about to get the work.
Listen. Y'all need to clean that up a little bit.
Oh, they going off right now at each other?
Nobody asked about never having relations before. Y'all need to clean that up.
Oh, now we're getting into that, eh? Now we're getting into all that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask Diamond the same thing I ask all the women I've met at a strip club. What's your real name, honey? Okay.
Hopefully she ain't no catfish, because you know there'll be some catfishes out here.
Yeah, that better not be eye test sports.
Oh man.
Hey, no, it's FM.
Read it.
FM.
No. That's FM. That's FM.
That's FM.
Oh,
That's
it's
what I'm
FM.
saying.
That's FM right there.
Oh man. Hey,
Okay,
bro,
so
if
now,
it's FM, I'm
now
dead.
Diamond's saying she plays her PS5 with him. I don't know what's going on. Okay, Diamond, Ricketic, can't we all just get along? All right.
I don't. Yeah. What the hell is this going on, Rick? Hey, man. Y'all.
Okay, true. Shout out to Shannon, and she handled it classily. So shout out to Shannon. Respect to you. She didn't come back and wasn't snarky or anything. So shout out to Shannon. Ricketic, let's all ease up. Let's all be friends here. All right.
We're family. We're family.
But Ricketic, you know we love you, homie. You're the homie.
You already know.
It's Christmas Eve, man.
And Shannon,
Sharon.
welcome to the Finside fam. And continue playing your PS5 with your husband. All right? Because that's the stuff. That's the stuff that'll get you into heaven. Let me let you that, okay? So will cheering for Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah.
Don't forget about that, all right?
Yeah.
So I want to get thoughts here, okay? Because Joel and Drew Boo are new here, and Esteban. Let's start off with Esteban because he's here first. He's new.
What's good? What's good, homie?
Yo, Esteban, what are you expecting tomorrow from Tua Tagovailoa?
Another step up. It's his third game with this offensive line. So, we saw, Fitz had, his first two games. He looked okay, but that the continuity with the offensive line got better by that third game. So that's what I expect with Tua. I think come next week, he'll be even better. So I expect him to use just like the workout room when you do bench press, put another plate on and get after it and get better for sure.
Okay, so now here's a question.
More yards, definitely more throwing yards.
Like I said, I think he could play with 303 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Yep.
Yeah,
I can see that. I can see that.
Logan Hampton asked who will lead us in rushing reason.
Savon Ahmed.
All day. I'll take that all day. I like what I saw from that.
Man.
I know
the only one that showed it.
I know one thing. It better not be Tua. I know that.
Well, I know another thing. It ain't gonna be Jordan Howard. So.
Oh hell no!
Here's my bold statement. It's gonna be Jordan Howard.
Hey,
it better not be Tua. I know that.
Pyro.
Jordan Howard.
No way.
Come on, man.
You can't even say that without laughing. So how are we supposed to take you serious?
Hey, I tried to say it with a straight face. I couldn't do it.
it's a good thing. If the bus is parked, that's a good thing.
Oh man.
Yeah, I go Ahmed or Braid if he's Braid is active, right?
Yeah, Braid is active.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
There you go. Because I haven't heard anything about Washington. There's no update about DeAndre Washington.
To me, Brady's looks slow this season. Like he's dealing with something injury wise or something.
I agree with that.
I would too. I would agree with that too.
I heard a little bit about DeAndre Washington. I heard he was used as a receiving weapon and could possibly be used. I think he passes his threshold of the COVID joining a new team. So he's playing. So I think the Dolphins will probably use him in that.
I haven't heard anything about Washington.
No, I've heard it on.
But we would have got an update that he's activated.
Correct.
I heard it from Kat and Paul. Those guys are cool too.
I'm just saying, there's been no word that he's activated yet.
He's probably.
I heard it from Kat and Paul. He's activated.
But I'm telling you, the Miami Dolphins would have announced that he's activated, and the Miami Dolphins have not announced that he's activated yet.
And you have to announce it, or you get
yeah. But I think he's probably got to learn a playbook or something like that.
I wonder what's going on with Patrick Laird, man. I tell you, I was high on him, and I still am. But I thought Patrick Laird, I was hoping to see him take a significant leap this year. I love his skill set.
I
Yeah,
would
he's
like to see
good.
John
I
LeCroix.
don't know what's going on there with
Because
him, man.
that receiving first down he got from Tua when he got that when he ran for that first down, I was like, he still has the explosiveness that we seen last season. So I don't know. Maybe they're trying to figure out what they have with not Bowden. You know, try to figure out what they got it with him in terms of like, you know, getting him some touches with coming out the backfield and stuff like that.
Here's my only thing with
I know he was hurt earlier. He had a shoulder injury, but I think he hadn't been mentioned on the injury report for about several weeks now. So
wait, don't he play special teams?
Yeah, he plays special teams too. Yeah.
So maybe they're trying to keep him there.
Yeah, I've been wondering the same thing.
I like Larry.
I don't understand it because he still has that explosiveness that he had last season. So I don't really understand why they're not giving him no touches, especially after Gaskins went down. So I don't understand.
I mean, you know, only thing Laird is lacking is elite, you know, deep speed, but he's got, you know, excellent vision, shifty. I mean, he's got good lateral movement, excellent hands out of the backfield.
Good blocking for a quarterback.
Good blocking. I like Laird. I just don't, and I think the team does too. I just thought this year he would have an increased role, but we haven't seen it yet. So
also, Ian, he kind of runs like Gaskins when it comes to after the contact, you know, getting some yards.
He's the intern, man. That's the intern.
Man, I got a question, y'all. This Washington, how hard could a playbook be for a running back in the NFL? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, do you really think that it's that hard to get up? I mean, I'm just saying, I don't.
Well,
I mean, what do you think, Reason?
Running back is one of the easier positions, I would think.
That's what I'm saying. Like what Pyro was talking about. I mentioned that on one of the other platforms earlier this week. You know, I don't know if we're going to see this dude hit the field or what's up with that, because I mean, I really feel that way. I'm like, how hard could it be?
The reason why I say the playbook and stuff, I was just trying to make an excuse why they're not, you know, having activated. I'm just throwing that out there.
I mean, if Balaj is playing for the Chargers, please give me a break. This, I mean, it just doesn't make sense.
Touchdown last week, though. He had a touchdown and 70 yards.
Damn. Wait.
Okay.
He had 70 yards last week?
I thought he had 85. I thought he had
85. It was running and passing.
What?
In the
Are you
know what?
serious?
You know what?
Yeah.
You know
I did not know that.
But you know what's a shame about that? He has more yards than Jordan Howard in one game.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, man. He trucked some people, man. He was trucking people. So
man,
we'll see how he does tomorrow with Bobby McCain staring down the barrel of a gun.
Reason.
Hey,
I know, right?
He won't get off the bus, bro. They need to have Bobby meet him at the as soon as they pull up to the arena. He won't get off the bus, I promise you.
Yes, have Bobby dress up in a security outfit and just like, hey, this was your locker room at?
Shout out to Adrian Gray. He says, don't hype up Bumlage, please.
No, we need him to play tomorrow. We need a couple.
I could be wrong, guys, but I'm hearing he was put on the practice squad.
No, man, we already told you in the Sharif. Like, you had like 5 people reply to you in the comments and tell you that he was activated, bro. Right after you said that in the comments earlier.
I didn't see that.
Dude, you had 5 people, including me, dog. Yo, he's activated. He's called up. That's why I've been joking around about McCain taking his soul. He's up, man. So,
but they need to have Bobby meet them as soon as they pull up to the arena and have him put on a Michael Myers mask and be waiting there for him, because he will. I promise you, he won't get off the bus, bro. He won't.
Yeah, no. He won't even tie up his shoelaces, bro.
I agree with what you said.
Though. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Esteban.
No, I agree with what you said earlier about Rogan a INT. I've been asking for a pick 6 since the season started, yo. So I mean, I think he's gonna get one. Hopefully in this game, man. I think either him or Brandon Jones, man.
Watch Byron Jones come back and make up for that.
Yeah, I know, right?
He better.
Yeah, he better, man.
Because I'm telling you, hey,
He got caught on that grill last week, and listen, and those were big plays. It's not like he was just giving up, yardage here, yardage. Those were huge plays that could have impacted the game.
Bro, when that receiver took that interception away from him, I was like, wow, man.
Tight end. That guy was a big boy. Well,
He
first
was a
of all,
big
they
boy,
need
but
to amend.
dang.
They need to amend that rule. Like, you need 2 feet, but you only need one shin or one knee or like a half of a bum and then you're in.
And
like, give me a
it's crazy
break.
because
He didn't finish that play off till he was out of bounds.
Out of bounds. He had 4 positions out of bounds.
And my thing with you could clearly tell when you watch the L22, the reason why he gave the inside leverage to Kirk is for some reason he thought he was going to have help over top. Like, I don't know what you're thinking, bro.
I think he just got, first off, I think he underestimated that kid's speed, number one. There's not very many people in the NFL that can run by Byron Jones like that. That was highly impressive. That, number one, and then two, I just think he got lazy, man.
Yeah.
He just got lazy, got caught peeking in the backfield, and got caught flat-footed, giving up inside leverage. And the guy just got on top of him.
You can't give that up in zero.
You
play,
can't.
bro.
You can't.
Yeah.
He should have known better than that.
I'm a big fan of the rookie Brandon Jones too. I like him a lot. I think he's going to be good. I think he's going to be a good hybrid player.
Yeah, I agree with you. The problem is Rose playing at such a good level that he's holding him off for a while. I don't think he's mentally. I don't know if he's good enough to play single high yet because he has kind of too many brain farts right now.
But that block he did for Shaq Lawson, I gotta give him props for that.
Shaq even talked about it in his Zoom. Shaq didn't know about it until he went back and watched the play.
Bro, you saw how fast he just flew across. I was like, Jesus Christ!
That's why I just said it. That's why I just said it, man. I could see him getting a pick six.
I mean, he was always in the backfield in the secondary, and you flew all the way down there just to get the block.
People have been sleeping on this kid's athleticism. I think a lot of that is the reason he didn't test at the combine.
We need to have him play boundary.
Well,
no. You don't want to see him on
the I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
I was just saying how fast he was moving.
Hey, that Brandon Jones block.
Woo. That's what we were just talking about, bro.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
That's a great story, bro. Oh, no.
Is this thing live?
I'm trying to manifest.
Hey, Reason. I think you need to have Sharice FedEx you some or whatever that is he got over there. That's some good stuff, bro.
That's that Nassau. That Nassau sticky.
Sharif got that Josh Rosen processing.
Real talk.
That's it, man.
It's underrated.
Wow.
But real talk.
Damn, Pyro.
I'm looking at Rondell Moore. I'm looking at Tyler Shelvin and Panay Sewell. We can be coming out here with the first 4 picks, and we can in the next 4 games we could be 9-3 and saying this is what our draft could be looking like next year. I mean, I'm just sitting here looking at that. And
I'm looking at Grant taking one back tomorrow. They ain't got no special teams. I mean, I'm looking at this.
Grant has already been integrated as that speed on the boundary. And I think another speed like Rondell Moore, Devontae Smith will add to that.
Antonio Callaway.
Yeah, that's
I think
Look at it. Yo, read what he said.
No, right? I saw it in the comments.
Tell me.
Oh, man.
All right.
Wow,
We're just joking with you, Sharif.
No, I'm dead serious. I'm not joking. I'm dead serious. You need to FedEx him some of that, Sharif. Whatever that is you got up there, bro.
Yo, if I get any of that stuff, I'll get no work done, bro. You'll never see another episode.
Tell you, man, that Josh Rosen processing speed is a real hitter, man.
Yeah, especially in the middle of a conversation.
Lee, that was a 6 right there.
All right, boys, I gotta get to the wife, so let's get through with final thoughts here. I'll save EM for last. Sharif, are you there? Are you capable of starting this off?
No, he didn't. He didn't do that.
All right.
Oh my God.
I love what the coaching staff is doing because as we broke down why we're achieving such good execution, like you said, the defense is ahead. The scheme is working on the cornerbacks. The money we spend is all working well. So that being said, now I'm seeing a window of 4 next games, and I also want to touch on if a player that opts out can come back to the Dolphins, because if that's the case, welcome back.
Yeah, he can't.
No.
No?
Cannot.
Okay.
No.
No.
Okay, so on that note, Dolphins 22-3 tomorrow.
Wow.
I think the Chargers has a rueful line. On the back end of the defense, they suck. And so I think Tua is gonna have an easy day. Once again on my Tua take. And I think he's gonna throw for 30 passes, and I think the Dolphins will win 20-3. They'll keep Herbert off of the field for a good much because of the running game. That's what I think.
All right, Joel, let's hear your final thoughts, buddy.
I'm gonna say 31-13 Miami. I think that we will see the run game open up tomorrow for over 100 yards. And I think Tua will throw for 3 touchdowns and a 250-yard game. And the defense will have a touchdown as well.
Quick
I
question.
think it'll be a sack fumble.
Quick question.
Yep.
Do you think is it going to be the 100 yards? Going to be a collective effort, or is it going to be one individual?
I think it's going to be.
And if it is,
Salvan Ahmed.
I hear you. I hear you.
I feel that.
That's
I
what's
like
up.
it. Drew Boo, let's hear your final thoughts, buddy.
Yeah, I just all 3 phases is just overwhelming for any team. And then they're coming here, and it's not the same old Dolphins as far as flow. He looked pissed in a press interview, like somebody did something like that really pissed him off, and he wasn't happy. And I like that. I like that edge. I just think it's going to be baller time for both defense, offense, and special teams. And I'm thinking we close to the 40s, 38-10.
And he was pissed. What happened?
Damn, 38.
I don't know. He just
he one up. He one upped me, bro. I had 34.
Fitzmagic get some playing time now.
That's what I'm looking at.
Damien, let's hear your final thoughts, buddy.
I just think back to Herbert going against top 50 ranked defense. I'm gonna even go that far. 50 ranked defense. Whenever Oregon played an SEC team, how they would open up first game of the season, Herbert struggled. He struggled against teams with aggressive pass rushes, and I can just see it happening tomorrow. He hasn't went up against an aggressive pass rush yet. He's had a lot of time, and I just see us causing the havoc for him. Like you said, Reason, he doesn't make big boy throws. He relies on arm strength. Well, against this defense with Ogba and Lawson coming at him, he's going to have to make big boy throws. He's going to have to show he can look down the gun barrel and make big throws. I don't think he can do it. I'm calling for 34-6. I think we're going to blow them out. The worst case scenario, they might sneak a touchdown in late, be 34-13. So that's what I'm going to go with for my final prediction.
Damn, 30s, bro.
And for reference for everyone out there listening, I call big boy throws is like my term I've basically coined for throws outside the hashes, outside the numbers. That's what a big boy throw is, not a vertical up the seam that even Josh Rosen can throw. Okay, I'm talking about when you got to use anticipation, ball placement, when you can't just rely. When you can't just rely on arm strength to get you through that on that throw. That's
like the throw that DeAndre King made today against Virginia Tech in the fourth quarter, lead them for the leading touchdown. That was a big boy throw. If y'all Hurricane fans,
let's not disrespect that man like that. And
De'Aaron King. I'm sorry about that.
In comparing him to Josh Rosen, I mean he's light years ahead of Josh.
No.
Yeah, most definitely.
That's not what we're talking about. I'm talking about what a big
Josh No. But go ahead.
Okay, Pyro, let's hear what you got to say, buddy.
Well, I'm not finna go all the way to the 30s because I think that's a little bit of a reach. I was gonna say 28-14 I'm going to be realistic here. I think we're going to see this about the same performance as last time with the Cardinals. I'm going to see we're going to get some like at least 2 picks. You know, he's not going to. I don't think Herbert's going to make that many mistakes. I think the play call is going to be really safe when it comes to him against our defense, because I'm pretty sure the coaches, even though their coaches are terrible, they're going to know like, hey, we're going against a tough defense. We're going to call safe plays. I can see Aquaman getting about like 93 yards, not 100.
Bless you.
I wish we could get 100 yards, but let's be real here. We don't have Najee Harris in our backfield, so I'm not going to say 100 yards. And as always, and I mean always, root against the Texans.
Yes, sir.
Esteban, let's hear your final thoughts, brother.
Man, let me run down the stairs. My son turned up the radio too damn loud. All right. My prediction, I'm going to say that in the 30s is going to be reasonable because, I mean, shoot, I keep picking about somewhere hovering in the 27, 28 range. And it would, I mean, come on, you got to think about it. Sanders is hitting freaking 50-yard field goals, man. And that long one he hit last week, you know, he still had room for more, you know. So I'm going to say we got it. We should be in the 30s at least.
I heard in camp he can get
now, y'all with these 30-point predictions, is that going to be primarily on the offense, or is it going to be in addition to special teams contributions?
It's collective.
Yeah, I think it'll be collective. I mean,
we have like it's
primarily
overwhelming.
on offense.
I hear you.
Like I said,
giving up 30 a game.
Like I said, I see Brandon Jones, not Byron. I see Brandon Jones or Eric Rowe getting a pick 6 in this game. Hopefully. So collectively, yeah, I think we're gonna hit the 30. We should hit the 30s. I think that's reasonable, to be honest, man. I think Tua's gonna hit some very long passes in this game, for sure. So I look for the defense for as far as the defensive side of the ball. I look for Flores to hit him early and often, man. You got to. He's a rookie. You got to test him out. They're gonna try to test out Tua. So I mean, I don't know if they're gonna be able to get to him, but you know, we got to do the same. I mean, we both kind of have the same game plan on defense. You know, they're both rookies, so I think we need to take it to their rookie before they can try to get to ours. So
Florida Gators are freaking a monster on offense.
I'm watching this right now, bro. Kyle Pitts, baby. Kyle Trask is
yeah, man.
Kyle Trask one week he looks like a legitimate NFL guy. The next week he looks like EM. And sometimes he even looks when he's playing well too.
I think it comes down to coaching.
EM, let's get your final thoughts, brother.
Man, I think. Well, let me get to my the score prediction first. I'm gonna say 28-17. Obviously, a Dolphins win. I think Herbert will struggle in this game, but I do think he will make plays with his legs. But I just think they will not be able to move the football against us consistently in a traditional format. I think we'll render them their running game pretty much non-existent, and more of the responsibility will fall upon Justin Herbert to make plays. And I think we will take away his first, second, and for the most part, his third read. And I just think he will have to rely more on improvisation to beat us. And I just don't think any quarterback, not relative to Justin Herbert, but that's any quote unquote dual threat quarterback. No quarterback is going to be able to beat us relying upon improvisation. And I think they will, again, that will be the approach. We will be successful in that approach. And again, 28-17. And, you know, I anticipate him throwing 2 picks. Eric Rowe will get him, and I think a linebacker will get him. And you know what? I'm going to throw a little love to my old dear friend, Jerome Baker. I think Jerome Baker will get him one this week. Bold prediction. Is it going to happen? We'll see. But I just think his reads will be. We're going to take away, his boundary threats, and his reads will be consistently rendered to the intermediate part of the field. And I think at some point, Eric Rowe will get him or some linebacker, and I think it'll be Jerome Baker. So
Okay.
So y'all already know what time it is. All day, every day.
Yeah, I'm thinking the man tied for 4th in the NFL with 7 sacks, Emmanuel Ogbah adds to that total. I think, if you look against Tua's been really good against the blitz this year. In the 2 starts. Last week he had a touchdown. He's been really good when he's been pressured, especially last week. Last week he was 5 of 6 against pressures, and all 5 of those completions were for first down. So I expect Herbert to struggle. Like I've said, 2 or 3 touchdowns. My prediction's 34-10. I'll stick with it. I think he's going to struggle. I think it's going to give our offense more opportunities. I think there are going to be points collectively, like what was said earlier, throughout the team. But I think, 300 yards and 3 touchdowns from Tua is not far-fetched. So I expect a good game from Tua. I expect Herbert to struggle, and I expect that really to be the difference because Balazs and Joshua Kelly aren't gashing our defense. I don't care what you try to tell me. So so if that means the game comes on Herbert's shoulders against our secondary, good luck to him, my friend.
Bro, especially with Roberts playing the way he is, Balazs is going to get lit up.
Yeah, and I think, my bold prediction, I'll go a different way with you, too. You know who gets a sack tomorrow, his first of the season?
Andrew Van Ginkel.
Raekwon Davis.
All right.
That'd be nice.
Let's go. I like it.
Okay.
My bad. I'm sorry, AVG, my bad. I forgot he's got 2 sacks on the year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. He's got a couple.
I apologize, homie.
Has Shaq Lawson had a sack this year, y'all?
Oh yeah. He's got 4.
Yeah.
Four, I think.
Okay.
So yeah, guys. There's 150 of you in the room. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new here. If you'd like to donate to the channel, PayPal.me/Finside. You can also use the super chat. If you want to become a Finside the NFL Patreon, join the 16 other Patreons, including Infinite Trauma, Rhino Sith, Fake Spike, Shake Money, Joe B, KAL Day, Ramon Casillas, Seth, Mr. 2-Bit, Slim Pickin', Ricketic, Big Time, Red Dino, Marinos Go, Conflict, and Keith Davis. And then, guys, patchvibes.com, use the code FINSIDE for 25% off your order. If you like that 347 Shula patch, it's available there. Go take a look right now. And finally, you can grab some official Finside the NFL merch, 5 different designs, teespring.com/stores/Finside the NFL. And guys, I'll be back tomorrow. Game starts at kickoff 4:05 Eastern. I'll be back between 3 and 3:30. We'll do a little bit of I'll have some of y'all on for pregame. I'll open up at halftime and I'll open up postgame. And then the rest of the game will just be your boy giving you that play-by-play and that coverage as everything happens. So until tomorrow, guys, y'all already know what time it is. It's